requires the law of binding and casting. The second law it requires is territorial contention can only be possible by the law of fraternity. There is another law in the spirit called the law of fraternity. Now, or the law of alliance. 2 Samuel chapter 5 verse 17 to 25. Now reveals that God gave an instruction to David that do not move until you hear the sound of a trumpet by the mulberry trees. Do you understand what I'm saying? That was a law of partnership. What is partnership? Fraternity between human watchers and angelic watchers. Now, for you to take over any territory, there must be a partnership. There must be a fraternity system that exists between human watchers and angelic watchers. So, in that scripture, God said to David, don't take a step. There are watchers that must go ahead of you. And in as much as they go ahead of you, don't also take a step until they sound a trumpet. When they sound a trumpet, you can invade, you can advance. Do you hear that? So, when you don't need to respond to sound, you can't take over any territory. Because God calls you a cherub, thunder a sound in your spirit, and God expects you to stand up and pray. A watcher, called an angelic watcher, is calling you into alignment. This explains why some of you sleep and you hear sounds in your ears in the spirit. It is a trumpet from the court of heaven calling you for partnership. Stand up, let's take your family now. Idol has been in your family for too long. Stand up, let's take over your family now. But how can you respond to a sound when you don't understand fraternity? But David, he said, hold on until you hear the sound of a trumpet. In this kingdom, we respond by sound. We journey by sound. God does not need to come to your room and wait to stand up. No, sir. He will thunder a sound from heaven, and your spirit man will hear the sound and you stand up. This explains why you don't need to set an alarm to wake up. There is something called a spiritual alarm that is set upon the tablet of your heart. It wakes you up naturally. Know that a shofar has been blown from the court of heaven. Do you hear that? So it is called the law of fraternity or partnership. Listen to this. There are human princes and angelic princes. We have two dimensions of princes, the human princes and the angelic princes. Now, listen to this. We have a misconception about what a prince is. When we're talking about a prince, people feel we are talking about somebody that is born by a king. No, sir. The biblical perspective of who a prince is differs from coming from a royal pedigree or royal ancestry. No. Do you understand what I'm saying? For the fact that you came from a royal pedigree does not make you a prince alone. No. Who is a prince from the... Now, Bible regarded Jacob as a prince. Right? The Bible said to the angel, the angel said to Jacob, he said, as a prince thou hast prevailed. Right? Was Jacob the son of a king? Was Isaac a prince, a king? So why was Jacob called a prince? Now, you can only understand priesthood from the biblical perspective when you look at Numbers 7 verse 2. The Bible said the firstborn of the families were their princes. So when we're talking about a prince, we're talking about somebody that is placed as the firstborn. He's a prince over a family. Do you hear that? Now listen to this. How did the angel, that angelic prince, address Jacob as a prince? Because he said to him, as a prince, thou hast prevailed with God. Why did the angel address Jacob as a prince? Jacob became a prince by the transaction that took on between him and Esau. On that transaction, Esau gave him his birthright position. So he became the first in the spirit. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
A transaction took place and God recognized that transaction. If God did not recognize that transaction, I tell you the truth, an angel wouldn't have called Jacob a prince.